Hello, ladies. Let's perch. I'm your hostess, Deshonda, and welcome to the She's Free to Fly podcast, where we love, learn, and lead one another towards freedom. Today is such a special day. This episode is a very special episode because for my viewers, the subscribers on YouTube and the ones who are watching it on YouTube, this is the last regular episode that you will see in this space. This is the last one in this space. She's Free to Fly has a new podcasting studio. I've been telling you guys like something exciting was about to happen, and it is happening. So for the viewers, this is the last time, maybe not the last time. I may come back here and film sometime, but it's the last regular time that you will see the podcast filmed in this space. Okay. Next time you see She's Free to Fly, it will be in the She's Free to Fly podcast studio. It will be decorated by yours, the most wonderful, beautiful beauty catcher in the entire world, Cheryl Cousins. We're going to have Cheryl Cousins on the podcast on our next episode, and we're going to talk all about interior designs. We're going to talk about where she gets her heart eye for beauty from. It is going to be amazing. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe it's happening, but I can't believe it's happening. I am so excited. This has been a very interesting road getting this podcast launched. What many of you do not know is I originally was going to film the podcast in a room in my basement, and I call it my beach room. And my beach room was it was the reason that I purchased the house, actually. It was to close the deal on the house. How about that? Because I really loved the house when I first saw it and stuff, but it was truly, truly the closer for my purchase of my home. I have this room in my basement. It is called the beach room. And the beach room is so beautiful to me. When you walk into the room, the wall opposite of the door is a mural of a little mermaid in the ocean. So the entire wall is blue, and you can see the ocean waves on the wall. And right at the bottom on the left-hand side, you see a little mermaid just relaxing in the waters. And on the right side at the top, you see the moon. So the moon is shining on this little mermaid, and she relaxes in the waters. And then on the room to the left, there is a lighthouse. And there's a lighthouse with a walkway that's like this 3D walkway, and it looks like you're walking on this walkway towards the lighthouse, and it's on the beach, and you can see the sand and everything. And then on the floor, like I have these little seashells going across the wall on the floor. And it just looks like you're walking on the beach into the lighthouse using the little walkway and stuff. And it's quite beautiful. It's, truly, truly my favorite room. And I have a massage table down there. And then on the back wall, there are two, little lounge chairs that you would take to the beach and some candles. And so oftentimes I'll go down there and just sit and light a candle and relax. And so I was going to film the podcast in that room. So that was the original plan. And, months and weeks leading up to it, I knew I had to purchase equipment to go down there, and I had to decorate the back wall, so that it would look nice and everything for the podcast. I wasn't going to use the wall with the lighthouse on the beach, but I was going to decorate the back wall and put equipment down there. And for some reason, things just weren't working. You know how sometimes things are not working out? It just wasn't working. And I was asking God, God, what do I need to do? And God just told me to be still for a minute. He told me to be still and not, just don't stress about it. Just be still. And I am one of those ones, my pivot game is 100. If A does not work, then okay, I'll go with B. I don't really, stress over like small things too much. I can move forward kind of pretty fast on stuff. And so I just decided to just be obedient and be still. I didn't buy any extra equipment to put in the basement. I didn't buy anything to decorate the walls. I didn't do any of that. I just decided that I would film the podcast in my dining room. So the image you see behind me, like for those who are viewers and you're able to see the podcast, I filmed this in my dining room. I took all of my dishes off of the table. Um, I am one of those people who are old school. Like my mother still has always decorated her dining room table, and in my own adult life, I've decorated my dining room table and it has the dishes on there and stuff like that. So I took the dishes off the table and I put them up. And for, the past 2 months, my dining room has been the She's Free to Fly podcasting studio. That's what it's been. And I've been okay with that. So leading up to the podcast, literally the Monday before I was supposed to film and release the trailer on that following Friday. For those of you who have been here since the beginning, that release was on September the 1st. The Monday before the Friday, I'm on the phone with Cheryl Cousins, the most amazing interior decorator, and she wanted me to send her some pictures of the space in the basement so that she can begin to, gather some decor for the design. Right. So I'm walking down the stairs, and as soon as I open my door to the basement, like it smelled like water. And I'm like, what is that smell? And as soon as I came off that bottom step, y'all, water everywhere. I look around the corner, water everywhere. Just water. The basement is flooded. Yep. Basement flooded. I was like, jeez. And Cheryl was like, don't worry about it. Let me let you go so you can figure it out. And I had to figure it out. My basement is flooded. My daughter's father, and I was telling him, the basement is flooded. And he was like, okay, what you want to do? And I was just like, I do not know. I need to call the insurance company. And so I get ready to call the insurance company. I tell them I call the insurance company, and it's a late Monday night, and he says, okay, I'm gonna come over. So he comes over, he stops the water from leaking, and so the water is no longer leaking, but I can have this water on the floor. So we began to get the water up and stuff, but nothing too stressful and nothing too hard, because what nothing I can do about it. Like, there was literally nothing I can do about it. That's not my specialty. It's just not. So I'm so thankful that in those moments when I was, thinking about where I was going to record, that I was just obedient and being still and obedient and not spending a lot of money and putting money into the room in my basement to film the podcast. I'm just very thankful for that because I could have lost a lot of money as well. And so I just took it all in stride. I didn't, stress about it. And I continued to do what I needed to do to prepare for the podcast. And for the people who, watched the original trailer, I shared with you about how my girlfriends came over that Thursday before the launch day. And, we were just in the dining room getting everything together. And Cheryl came in and she moved few things around in the dining room. And this is it. We're here, right? Well, it has been 2 months, and now I am pleased to say this is our last film session here in my dining room. Now there will be She's Free to Fly Studios, and I have fully like redone not only the beach room, but my entire basement had to be redone because of the flood. Like, because of the flood, I had to get my floors redone. Because of the flood, I had to get new walls. A year prior, my drop ceiling in the basement had fell in. And I never called the insurance company. Like, we got it up. I called them when it originally happened, but I didn't file a claim. And sometimes, man, this reminds me. So today at church, our pastor, he was preaching about the guy missed Jesus going in, but he got Jesus coming out. Sometimes we miss the first opportunity, but the grace of God gives us a second opportunity. Like, I didn't file the original claim when the drop ceiling first fell in, but once the floor was damaged, I filed a claim for the floors. I had to get new walls, a new ceiling, and so my entire basement has been redone. What I thought was going to be a podcast studio in a small room ended up being a podcast studio in a whole like basement. And there's pretty good amount of space down there. I am just excited. So this is it. This is our last filming here. I tell people God flooded my foundation to change my current situation. And I am so excited about my future. I'm so excited about your future. I'm so excited about the future of the listeners for She's Free to Fly. I'm so thankful that God has chosen me to be that guide for She's Free to Fly, to be that connector of women for She's Free to Fly. I have some wonderful, wonderful guests coming on the podcast. I probably have about like 3 to 4 interviews this week. So get ready for the new She's Free to Fly podcasting studios. Get ready to just share in our growth and share in the beauty. Because this is not just for me, it's for you, it's for all of us. This is our podcast. It's not just mine, it is ours. It is for any woman who listens. It's for any woman who is interviewed here. This is a community. She's Free to Fly is a community that I welcome you all to. So I'll see you guys on the next episode. I'm not going to keep you long this time. I'm really not. This is going to be a very short episode. And today is, by the time you're watching it, it'll be October 31st. And it's going to be Halloween. So to all of my parents who are taking children out or grandchildren, happy Halloween. Be safe. Make sure you check the candy. I live near a place where they have this big scary house. The people who are going to scary houses, be safe. I couldn't do a scary house, y'all. I just couldn't. I would lose it all. Somebody would have to come get me. I can't even ride the roller coasters at the like Six Flags and stuff. I can't ride this stuff no more. I have not been to a scary house since I was in college. Literally, and they did it out in the woods. Not for me. But for everyone who is out for Halloween, happy Halloween. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Stay warm. Watch for cars. And for anyone who's driving, take your time. It's going to be a lot of children out, so please, please take your time. To my young ladies and young men, make sure that you have a buddy with you. Don't be out by yourself. And please let somebody know where you're at. I really, really want you all to be safe. I really want you all to be safe. So I will see everyone next week, and you will see me. We're going to have our guest on. We're going to have Cheryl Cousins on. We're going to talk all about beauty, all about decor. Y'all, if you have any questions about interior decorating, please message or inbox me. Do something and ask me the questions so I can be sure to ask Cheryl, because we are going to have some conversations about decorating that have definitely made me free to fly. right? And I hope that something she shares can allow you to be free to fly as well. And just free to explore your home and make your home a place that you love, a place that you enjoy. Like Cheryl has so done that for me. Um, so I want to share that with you all. I really do. I want to share her process or share the outcome with you all and allow you to meet her as well. So it is She's Free to Fly. Make sure you like and subscribe. You can subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. There's so many other podcasts and networks that we're on. Make sure you subscribe so you stay up to date, and make sure you like. Send a comment, send a question, share it with a friend, share it with someone who's younger, share it with someone who's older, share it with your peers. This is She's Free to Fly. I pray you receive my love. I pray that you feel God's grace, and I pray that you share it with others. Bye-bye.